Ta-da! Has that done it? Professional live streaming at its best. Dee 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 dee. For some reason, I'm playing Planet Zoo. Well, I'm going to stream some Planet Zoo, but I'm singing Planet Coaster's theme songs because they are such catchy theme songs. Oh, there we are. I think I am live, but I'm private, so nobody can see this. Thanks, YouTube. Great. Hey, YouTube. Why would I ever want to stream something private? That probably explains why I only have one concurrent viewer. Because that's me. Are we rolling? I think we're rolling. An error occurred. Hey, look, there's Planet Zoo. Yeah, I've not done this for a little while, so I'm having a bit of fun trying to get the thing to work. But hey, it's all fun and games, isn't it? I don't know if I can view the live chat anywhere on any of the devices I currently have handy. But let's find out by pressing lots of buttons in the hope that something happens somewhere along the way. You would think that the standard YouTube Studio app would allow you to view live streams, but I don't think it does. So you'll just have to bear with me a moment while I press lots of buttons and do nothing in the hope that this thing will work. There we go. What's this? Oh. Right, okay. So we're online by the looks of it. I can see myself. Hi, me. My camera. And it looks like my camera's in a reasonably decent place. It's not in too much way. This game, there's a lot of menus that pop up here, there, and everywhere, so you might see stuff, cover stuff. But I just decided it's Saturday. I'm kind of stuck indoors for some reason, and I thought I'd play a bit of Planet Zoo. One thing I didn't do was an audio check, so bear with. Well, I can hear myself, so that's a good sign. So welcome to Planet Zoo. This is a game by Frontier Games and was released, I think, late last year. Yeah, it was late last year because it was when we went over to Florida on a Coronado Springs trip, and I'm still trying to find out if there's any way whatsoever that I can view the chat from. There we go. I'm in. Okay. Yes, Coronado Springs trip last year. This game came out on the day that we left, so I didn't get to play it for 2 weeks, having done some sort of some light playing on the beta. I basically signed up for the version that you pay a little bit extra for. Oh, there's a cat here now. It's not going well. You pay a little bit extra and you give you early access. So I got a couple of weeks in before the game came out. When the game came out and we got back from Florida, I started working on this. Is entitled Archie's Mini Zoo. It's named after my other cat, Jin. Jin is one of our cats. Archie's the other one. Archie is currently upstairs asleep, and Jin sat on my knee. Anyway, yeah. So So I decided to name the zoo after one of the cats. And the idea with this zoo is this is the entire map, which is massive. And this zoo is only a tiny little zoo just in the corner. So I kept it super simple and super basic. I've not been back to this zoo for quite some time. I've been building other things, including doing the career mode. But we have a little entrance area here, and this is supposed to be where you pay your entrance fee, and you can also get your souvenirs from the shop. We spin around here. We got an information center where you can buy your maps, and it's creepy when the sounds say things in my ears. Oh yeah, you can buy maps in there. I'm not sure what else you can buy in there actually. Let's have a look. Audio guides, adoption packs, umbrellas. Lots of different coloured umbrellas for a single zoo with not much in it. And the first enclosure you get to see is if you come through the back here. This is the tortoise enclosure. The whatever them are. It's all in Planet Zoo language. Hang on. Should we actually just click on an animal? This is Enrique, and he is a Galapagos giant tortoise. As you can see, Enrique and his missus have been very, very busy. What are you doing down there? Yeah, so we have a lot of that's a mouthful for me to say. Galapagos giant tortoises in here. We need to do some theming in here because a lot of these enclosures are built very basically at the minute. I did a little bit of theming here. Oh, there's some Planet Coaster music. Let's spin over here. And in here we have a little tropical center in which we have Brazilian salmon pink tarantulas, eastern brown snakes, and a boa constrictor. Let's have a look over here. We got, oh, it's a little wolf. This is one of my wolf cubs. And here's Mum, I think. Oh, there's Dad. We just got the three at the minute. Yeah, looks like we might just have the three. And there's a keeper and a vet in there keeping things going. This is the peacock enclosure. And the keeper is feeding the peacocks. We got a male and a female and some youngsters here. I think we've got a male somewhere, I'm not sure. As I say, I've not been in this zoo for a little while, so he might have gone somewhere else. Let's see what else we've got here. Over here is the bear enclosure. And here is Surlis the grizzly bear. Look at that gold-rated grizzly bear. Top spec grizzly bear, that is. Let's see. Have we got any other grizzly bears? You can click on the enclosure and find out. We got two grizzly bears. We have another one. Oh, she's asleep in the corner. I didn't even see her there. There was an enclosure here, but it's now empty, so we'll... Oh, actually, I extended all this one out. Let's see. What else have we got? These very plain zebra enclosure here. Plain zebra. Yeah. We've got male and female. Oh, look at the youngster there. Rashida. We have to be careful because as these youngsters get old, they'll start fighting. Hi, Apothecary John. Thank you for posting a comment there. That confirms that the live stream is actually working. We have in here some common warthogs. I'm clicking on a common warthog to find out what it is. It's clearly a common warthog. Look at these all these albino common warthogs here. They're a bit different. Give me a shout if any of the sound levels are off. I've not really done this very often in the past. And this is me walk through lemur enclosure in which there should be red ruffed lemurs and also ringtails. We've got quite a few animals in there. Actually, is it still walkthrough? It's not currently walkthrough. The reason being is the lemurs were getting super stressed out. So I've turned off the walkthrough bit for now while I figure out why. I remember it's all coming back to me. I think that's all the animals in this zoo because it is like a tiny little zoo at the minute, but I feel like it needs more. So let's throw 60 lions at it. Thank you for the comment there. It's working. We're good. Oh, I just heard a zebra. So this is a super relaxed stream, so I'm probably just going to chill out and build some stuff and see how we go. First thing I want to do, right? Planet Zoo is one of these games you can build zoos with lots of animals, or you can build zoos where you just plant lots of trees. And I tend to just get stuck in and plant lots of trees. And I kind of want to put some sort of. Those are way too big. In nature, okay. I need to be in construction. I want to put something in here to give it a little bit more theming. Raft or Player Unknown. I know of them, but I've never played either of them. Raft does look like my kind of thing, though. I might have a go at that at some point in the future. I tend to like games where you're just building stuff. Like this. This is basically Planet Zoo for you. I'm gonna place 46 logs. And then 46 more when I'm completed. A lot of people here are very excited by my Galapagos giant tortoise. I don't have to place all these individually, be pleased to know. I can just select a few of them. It's really hard when there's people in the way. I probably should shut the zoo. The thing is, this zoo I'm not doing in creative mode. It's actually a running game, so this zoo's got to make profit for it to stay open. However, I've got 1.3 million quid, so I should be all right. Like that is not even slightly realistic the way this game runs for zoos. Oh, I've moved it and I wanted to slide it. I have watched quite a few people streaming Raft. It does look fun. Just like small time streamers sometimes play it that I've watched. That's the one I wanted. I watch a lot of Geekism, and he plays a lot of games like this, Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster type creative games. So I thought today I'd have a crack myself because there's not much on telly. Like I ever watch telly. People, can you move? There is some important zoo construction going on here. It's getting a little bit repetitive, isn't it? I like this. This is the kind of thing you just see in all sorts of zoos where you just have these little logs, just sort of making up barriers. They must be cheap to buy or something, easy to maintain. I suppose we could put like a exhibit in here. Would be nice to sort of have an exhibit. Will it fit though? Maybe a bit tight. Oh no, we got some bad news. My bird's about to die of old age. Okay, so the exhibit's not quite going to fit. We need to get. This is not how I wanted the stream to start. Come on, Vet. We need a new female bear as well. She was 35. She had a good innings. It's gone dark as well. The problem because I'm playing on like not sandbox mode. It has the day-night cycle on as well. Okay, so the bear's gone. Let's go to the shop and buy a new bear. I don't know what the shop's like on this game at the minute because for a while people were basically selling things at crazy prices. There's like two in-game currencies, but neither of them are like pay to wins type currencies. You just earn them as you play in the game. She's small. She's red across the board. Immunity gene is low on that one. And these are getting a bit pricey. We can live with that. That's not too bad. Oh, I didn't check how old. Oh, she's only 6.1 years old. She's not too bad. Right, okay, so we've got a new bear being delivered to replace the old one. I did not kill the animal. It died of old age and malnutrition. No, I don't even know how old the male is actually. The male might be getting on a little bit. He is 34.8 years old. Oh no. This is basically watched animals die, the live stream. Keeping it cheerful, you know. Where were we? We were doing this stuff. Really, when I'm doing this, I should pause the game because if I'm not pausing the game, the zoo's carrying on running itself, and as you just saw, animals, yeah, nature catches up to them, shall we say? So with the game paused, we can just crack on and build our fence. And when we unpause, our new bear should get delivered. Amazon Prime next day delivery, one grizzly bear. I kind of want to maybe build a cat enclosure in this zoo today. Snow leopards would be a good fit because then it'd be a bit like Lakeland Wildlife Oasis that we sometimes visit, where it's a small zoo with one of the smaller big cats. There we go. Don't know why that's not working to select more than one item. I've not made a mess of the roof, have I? It's selecting the roof or something weird like that. So having had this game for about maybe, well, since November now, I'm kind of the opinion that maybe Planet Coast is a better game. But Planet Coaster is a game that Sammy will be, it's been out for a few years now. It's had quite a lot of expansions, of which I think I own them all because I really like them. So it's probably a little unfair to compare. There we go. Let's get a little bit of soil in there. Lift it up a little bit. And get some nature in here. Told you it'd be a relaxed stream. That is a massive rock. There we go. I'm going to throw some gardening down one of these mulch patches. I kind of feel like nettles on public display would probably be a little bit dangerous, but there we go. Trying to think, you'd probably see like a lot of ferns and stuff indoors in a tropical house in a normal zoo. This literally adds nothing to the game, by the way. I'm not going to get like more money or anything just for planting trees, but it's just fun and relaxing, and that's kind of what I want right now. Ah, the controls on this game. There we go. Also feel like this place needs more light. Hello, you people. Right, what else can we put down? I guess like a bit of log. Yeah, like that. Maybe not that big. Arctic festive log. No, that's not what I was thinking. Like a. There must be some in the trees. I'm not gonna be able to find them in there. Ooh, I like the idea of having hanging basket. Those are not hanging in the way I would have hoped they would have. We got some planters as well. Oh, now it's started. I'm just gonna be like, well, this needs to go there and that needs to go there. There's some planters in here. I have no idea how long I plan to stream, to be honest. I'm just going to carry on until my eyes fall out or something like that. Just going to keep it relaxed and play about. Maybe an hour, maybe two. We'll see how we go. I haven't actually had any lunch yet, so I should probably have started that before I started. It does kind of look like I'm just building stuff in the dark at this point. Kind of like the idea of using some pots and pans around here. Pots and pans, you know what I mean. I'm also using African theming next to these. Where are these? What's the biome for these? Yeah, South and Central America. I thought so. Small ice ball. That's been there for a while. Well, that's a bit better than a plain entrance, I think. So I think I'll go and try and build something new. I really could do with it being daytime when I'm building stuff. There is like a flashlight when you're building, but it doesn't really light the screen up very much. So let's play. Let's press play for a bit, and we'll get rid of the dead bird and replace it with one that isn't quite as dead, slightly more animated. These are the backstage facilities. This is where the magic happens. A little plain looking, but everything is on this, so I kind of want this zoo to be like no frills zoo. Because a lot of people when they're playing this game go, "Wow!" on the theming. It's like massively over the top, which realistically zoos generally aren't like that. Some of the newer enclosures tend to be like that, but a lot of British zoos specifically tend to be here's a box with some animals in it, and it's practical and the animals are comfortable, rather than here is a massive Mayan temple with some lobsters in it. I thought I had more wolves than that. No, just the three. Okay, anyway, let's go and build something new. I had planned to have something over here. I feel like this might be a nice area for some cats. Nice snow leopard enclosure right next to my lemurs, because that makes sense. Oh, I just got a phone call. Okay, that's from Birmingham. I don't know who that is, so we'll hang that one up. I don't tend to answer the phone if I don't recognise the number. There's like 2 phone calls I've had today from numbers that I don't recognise. So someone either urgently wants to get in touch with me, or I'm on some spam calling list. Right, what would we put snow leopards in? Probably not a tank. See, the thing I don't like about this game is snow leopards would normally be in a covered enclosure, and this game doesn't allow you to do that. Because snow leopards can jump very high. Also, I should probably buy the snow leopards before I even start building the enclosure, because we're never guaranteed to get them. And if you play this game on like sandbox mode, the animals are always in stock, so you've not really got a problem. But on this version of the game, I can't remember what it's called, just creative but with money, you're kind of reliant on what the market's got. Filter me on snow leopards. Oh, we do have some snow leopards. The prices aren't crazy. You are 6.9. That's a little on the old side for a snow leopard. 2.8. We'll have you. You're not horrendous. And we'll have. Yeah, you look like you're related to you. Oh no, you aren't. Okay, great. There is like a genetics in this game, so if you start crossbreeding animals, it gets a bit like the rating of your animals comes down and their ability to breed drops as well, I believe. I don't really want to put them in climbable enclosures, and I don't want to use electric fences because that sounds horrible. I'm gonna go with corrugated maybe around the back, and then we can do some glass around the front. Give my enclosure design some thought. 2 meters high is not going to be enough as well, so they will be out and over the top and eating nearby guests if that's the case. We'll just casually build around the solar power station here. Oops, oops. Oh no! Typically, because I answered that phone, well, I hung up that phone call, the chat disappeared. There we go. Right. Spin one along here. And down here. Animals will fight for alpha status. We need to deal with that. See, I'm doing it again. I'm building stuff while my zoo's running itself. So there's animals maturing here, which means we need to send them off to other zoos, or we can release them to the wild. Those are going to be quite popular on the marketplace because they are albino. So I'm going to put them in the trade center. Actually, should I? Yeah, and then I'm going to try and put them on the marketplace. The idea being you don't sell animals in the game for money, you sell them for leaves, and then you use those leaves to exchange for other animals. So you're not. It's kind of like how a zoo would work, where they have kind of agreements with other zoos and swap animals, but it has that intermediate level of the leaves just to make it actually playable in the game. I have a lot of warthogs. Right, you can go to the trade center. You can go to the trade center. You should already. Where are you? Yes, you are already going to the trade center. That's great. Chinese pangolin. Do I still have that Chinese pangolin? Okay, that needs to go to the trade center as well. Otherwise, we might get inbred Chinese pangolins, and we don't want that. And the plain zebra has had offspring, which was a little while ago. Okay, that's great. So if I press play now, those animals should be bundled up and taken to the trade center, and then we can sell them on the black market for parts. I mean, to other zoos. I have other animals here as well. Oh, that's me snow leopards, of course. Silly me. Right. Sorry, I just knocked the microphone there. Right. Okay, so you are going on to the marketplace for someone else's zoo to enjoy, and I'm going to try and make a little bit of profit on you. You are the albino ones, which are quite worthy. So I'm going to see. I'm going to test the water with one of them at 100. I can sell the rest later. I think once they're in the trade center, they don't age. You're a common warthog. You're a good spec common warthog, though. I'm going to put you up on the market for a decent throw and see if I can get some money. I was basically slagging people off for doing this earlier, and now I'm doing it. Oops. Okay, so they will now. I don't think I need to unpause the game to do that. But yeah, they're now in the marketplace, so other zoo owners. It's actual other players can now take those animals and put them in their zoos. So in theory, if you were playing the game now and fancied a warthog, you could buy my warthog. There's a service only I offer. Buy an official Merc and Gem brand warthog. Full service history, low mileage. This is a horrible looking enclosure fence, isn't it? We need to do something about this. How big do we want a snow leopard enclosure? I'm gonna go relatively small and see if I can get away with it. It sounds horrible. They knew their risks. Oh, well, that was a waste of time. Okay. Right, there's me snow leopard prison, state penitentiary. Let's throw some glass down. You can use one-way glass on this, but it's not very realistic, so I don't tend to use it. Just put the snow leopard enclosure fence through the bin there, why not? Hi Barry, it's going okay here. How are you? Hope all's well. We can move this bin into here. These little donation boxes, as the guests come and see the animal, if they like the animal, they put a donation in. That's basically how you make your revenue in the game. There is an entrance fee, but it's like a one-time entrance fee when they come in through the door, and then you just milk them for every penny at all the enclosures. I think 4 meters generally does it for cats. That looks horrible, doesn't it? I don't think brick's going to look much better. And Gabion is climbable, so we would end up with snow leopards all up in our zoo, and we don't want that. Hedge is not known for keeping snow leopards in enclosures. Okay, so the other thing we need is a entrance gate for our keeper to access the game. One of the unrealistic elements of this is that keepers can go into the enclosures with all of the animals. That would not obviously not happen in the zoo, in real zoos, because yeah, I mean that makes sense, doesn't it? Let's send the keeper into the lion enclosure. Not a good idea. Okay, so we can actually move the animals into this now, and when we move the animals in, it will give us more information about how to keep the animals and stuff like that. Let me just check something. No, I just thought Gemma might be messaging me. It's not the case. It's a refund from Amazon for something that didn't turn up. Okay. So anyway, snow leopard enclosure. Let's build this thing. Snow leopards like snow, and unfortunately in this game they really like snow, so you do have to sometimes put snow in the snow leopard enclosure. I'm not a big fan of that mechanic, but it is what it is. Snow leopards also like mountains in reality, and I feel like this enclosure lacks that. But a lot of zoos tend to use fake rock work and climbing frames for snow leopards, and they love that. I'd love to have had a roof over the top of this somehow, but I'm not going to sit here placing all the individual bricks to get a glass roof on it. It would be nice if you could automate some sort of netted roof. Game developers, please, can we have that? That would be nice. I'm not sure it would work. You'd maybe put a pole up and then it would link to all of the nodes on the edges of these. Anyway, I'm getting into the game mechanics now, and that's kind of boring. Uh, as if building rock work and trees isn't. But there we go. So we're going to move snow leopards into this enclosure, and of course, when we do that, we'll then see what their needs are and be able to improve the enclosure. Because at the minute, it don't look great, does it? So somewhere in the zoo, one of the zookeepers should now be running off to the offshore elements over there, and I think there's a few around here, and returning with animals. If you'd like to hurry up, an animal would be nice. We can fast forward as well. Of course, when you fast forward, all your animals age at a greater rate, and that works against you because then you've got to start replacing them and dealing with grown-up animals. Okay, so right, we've got animals in the enclosure. I'm going to pause. Wow, what a pause. It's just the joyous glitter of a snow leopard appearing in the enclosure. Right, okay, this guy's not happy. He is not happy with the terrain. There's too much long grass, too much short grass, not enough rock, not enough soil, not enough snow. Well, he's going to have to do for snow. I don't like snow that much. So I'm going to use the terrain painting tools to tidy up this enclosure a little bit. I could probably do some. If I do that, then it puts a massive chunk of rockwork in there, but we could probably do something with that and tidy it up a little bit. I just have to be careful that snow leopards can't go from there over there and on into the public. Zoos apparently don't like that. But you got these loads of terrain tools, and the terrains can be quite customizable, so I can do like stuff like this to make it at least look. I was going to say realistic. I'm not convincing anyone that that looks realistic. I suppose we can. What am I making? It's an absolute disaster. I suppose it could be like I'll lift this up here a little bit around here, and then yeah, it's looking a little bit more natural now. I was thinking maybe if I get a smaller brush and use the actual right tool, probably 2 is better. There we go. I can dig into here. And then we're starting to get a shelter. Snow leopards love a good shelter. But I do really need to look at the terrain painting tools, which is this one. So I guess that this is going to be rough rock work. Watch as I paint 40 tons of rock. It's going to be a bit quicker, isn't it? And then we need some soil. Oop, I feel like that artist now, Bob thingy, isn't it? Some pretty little trees next. Bob Ross, name went out of my head. And as I'm doing this, all these will start to sort of come down and match what the actual animal wants to see. Awkward animals. They're quite choosy because in real zoos, I don't think a snow leopard's going, well, I'm not going to live in here. There's far too much grass on the floor. I'm not entirely sure why a snow leopard has a posh accent. There we go. Now we've got far too much soil. Okay, that's fine. We can fix that with a bit more rock. How you expect me to live here with all this rock on the floor? Snow. Obsessed with snow this game. Have you ever been to a zoo in the UK where the snow leopard enclosure has actual snow in it? It just looks like a desolate wasteland. I guess the trick is to just sparingly use the brushes and add a bit of texture. Some happy little trees. We've got everything but snow. Sounds like the hit new shop. Everything but snow. I want some trees in here. It doesn't say they need any, but I mean, that looks horridish. That looks horridish. That's a new word that I've just made up for horrid, horrific, and other things. I don't know. Filter. Biome is taiga. Continent is Asia. So any of these plants that I now add and other things will be in keeping with this animal in the wild. Evidently, the loggers have been through and chopped all the trees down. See, this was the tree I was looking for earlier, actually, because you can place it and then put it on its side. It kind of has a broken tree feel to it. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a zoo in the US that has snow leopards. They're quite popular in UK zoos now, so Highland Wildlife Park, Twinings, that's a tea company. Twycross, um, Lakeland Wildlife Oasis, South Lakes Zoo had snow leopards. I don't know if they still do. I've never been there for years. Um, yeah, they're quite popular. They're absolutely beautiful animals as well. Give me shelter a bit of theming. Trying to think what other zoos I've been to that have had snow leopards. They can be quite elusive, but I've actually fed the snow leopards at Lakeland Wildlife Oasis as a keeper for the day experience that Gemma got for me as a gift a few years actually before we started the YouTube channel. It was fantastic. It was when they had two cubs as well, so I was basically feeding snow leopard cubs. They were very playful and silly. I ended up on my hands and knees in the enclosure cleaning up after them as well. Obviously, they weren't in there at the same time, or else the channel wouldn't have been. It would have been more Gem and what's left of Mark, who's been eaten by a snow leopard. Some of these rocks are massive. Actually, I could probably use these rocks elsewhere in the enclosure, though. I feel like that. That. We have like a plinth for them to jump off on and into the rest of the zoo. Let's just double check that, shall we? His name is Och. We can rename the animals as well. We'll just choose not to. I kind of like keeping the names that they were given, although I think that a lot of the time. That is by the game and not the people who play the game. For some reason, my snow leopard can't get on any of this. I thought snow leopards could climb. Let's just see what happens if I press play. Sometimes it has to recalculate the traversable area for the animal. So there we go, that's better, isn't it? But that does mean that there are no escape points for this animal, which is good. Look at these guys, they're amazing. Oh, they're off. The fur is so good as well. They're a little chunky looking, but I do like that. What they don't have now is any enrichment, any food, any wine, any sleeping area. So we'll sort that out. It's not a slow leopard. I'm also going to build them a climbing frame. I think I might just use one of the standard ones just for this purposes, because otherwise we'll be here all day building climbing frames. So if I put this in here, now snow leopards have got a lovely bed. They don't actually have enough lovely bed, but maybe we could make them another shelter around the back. I kind of like the idea of maybe theming a shelter. These are pretty cool. These are new to the game. Quite big though for this enclosure. Yeah, that one's even bigger. That one's massive. Snow leopard 4 miles away from. Wow. I think these must be from the new expansion pack that I bought a little while back. It's kind of like every time you build something, you just got to make sure that you've not breached the point where the animal can just jump over the wall. Okay, no. So the snow leopards can climb on here, but they can't get out. And the nice thing about that is underneath these counts as shelter. So my shelter issues have been solved. I'm going to stick some bed under there anyway. There we go. Comfortable places for snow leopards to sleep. Next up, we need. Why is the pinata a zebra? That's perfect for zebras. Oh, I just heard a snow leopard shuffle. The audio design of this game is fantastic. Snow leopard use chuffles as like it's called pruston, is it? Or is that when they? Well, snow leopards use chuffle as a welcome, so they'll go, and that's their sort of hello, I'm a snow leopard. We used to on our old zoo videos, we used to have Gemma trying to do a chuffle in the Heridius. Gemma doing a chuffle in the at the end of the video, and she couldn't do it, so it sounded very silly. Right, so we are now getting some enrichment for our animals, and we can expand that and see what they're missing. So they're missing toy enrichment. There's should be some toys in here. The fire hose ball is usually a good one. Maybe I could put the fire hose ball on here, and then watch it just roll down the hill. Well, that was a waste of time. We can hand build these climbing frames, but it takes ages. You can put like climbable logs of various sizes in. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Like I said, it takes ages, and then proceeded to do it. That is the dodgiest looking construction ever. I like it. It looks like it was thrown together for a purpose. Maybe that purpose is collapsing and killing a snow leopard. I don't know. Keeper's here to check on his new animals. I have a feeling that none of the animals will look at this. And the other thing we can do in this is add in a cooler, because these animals do prefer cooler weather. So if we pop a cooler in the bedroom, Kind of like the idea of having it on the wall though, although that is stuck into the ground a little bit. This area of the enclosure will stay cooler for them so that they can be comfortable. Not super realistic, but it works. And we have a snow leopard enclosure, a basic one. It's not the best, but it'll do. I'll do some more planting. Right, I need to do some selling of animals on eBay as well. Yeah, because I left the game playing, didn't I? Trade centre. Off to the trade centre. Off to the trade centre for you. Trade centre for you. How many of my peafowl matured? I think it was literally all of the peafowl in the enclosure matured at the same time. I think that brings us up to date. Let's go and see what we sold. I noticed this went up a little bit, so our warthog went for 100. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to be really cheeky and see what happens. Go on, we'll stick it on for 500 and see what happens. Worst that happens, no one buys it. Yeah, go on, why not? If no one buys them, we'll just stick them on for £8.50 or whatever. Okay, these I'm going to release the wild. And you get some positive music because you've done good conservation statuses in the toilet, but never mind. And we have lots more animals where that came from. Because, yeah, every single peafowl is now a mature animal. I'm going to stick you on the trade store for 15 or maybe 20 because you're gold rated, so someone might actually want that animal. You're bronze rated. Good news, you're going back to your wild brethren. Some of the conservation messages are a bit odd in this. We were just going to sling a load of peafowl into the wild, why not? Not our problem anymore. Red ruff lemur. You can go on Animal eBay at the RRP. You're a little bit of a better animal. I'm going to bump you up just a little bit. And that's everything I've got now on eBay. What can I do next? This is the most, it's not the most creative zoo ever, is it? It is just like boxes for enclosures placed everywhere. I decided to have a play about here because I wanted a sunken enclosure with it being for, the water's grimy, for warthogs. In fact, is that water actually getting cleaned? No, it's not. I need to put a water filter in. Pop that down there, and that should clean that pool before our warthogs start to get sick. I kind of like the idea of having the warthog enclosures sunken and people look over into them. Oh, there's something else I didn't do. Over here, part of the challenge is to educate your visitors. So you can put up informational signs for them. I think the snow leopard just got boxed up for some reason. There we go. Bit of educational information for snow leopards. Might be getting new warthogs soon as well. And also, you can put educational speakers down. I just need to check they're not going to run into any others. Did I just put that? I thought I'd put it on someone's head for a minute. Just walking around the zoo, blowing out educational information about snow leopards. But these are little speakers, so I don't know if you can hear, but in the game's language, the game has its own language. In the game's language, someone is now giving a snow leopard talk, allegedly. With us having a new animal, we need to go to our research center. Where is that? I can't remember. It's been a little while. That's challenges. It's here. And do some research on snow leopards. One of me keepers is called Tejid Cam because that's the way. If I go to him, if you went to Tejid Cam, you then go into first person mode and you can walk around the zoo. Do 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 into enclosures, of course, just like a real zookeeper, and then back out again. I'll give him a proper name. There we go. He's called now Ronnie Lion Fan, which is a great name for a zookeeper. I think you'll agree. Don't actually know how long I've been streaming this for now. Oh, look at this. Mechanics are not looking after this zoo at all. Want me alerts on snow leopards as well? I'm not sure what the alerts are. You're not telling me. Oh, look at that. He's climbing up the frame. No, they seem quite happy now. Apart from the tie enrichment's not great yet. And that one just merged through a wall, but these things happen in zoos. Okay, I'm going to just check my staff. How many mechanics have we got? We got 6 mechanics, and it's still not. And one of them's even idle. I feel like we need more lighting around this part of the zoo as well. Where's lighting? Construction. Lights. Lampposts. Remove the word log from the search. Arctic lamp. Wow, that's fancy. Classic. I'm not sure about these. That doesn't really fit. East Asia, I suppose, kind of does in Snow Leopard. All right, we'll put some Asian lamppost down. I do kind of want to go back to playing Planet Coaster again at some point soon. I've not played that for a while. Yeah, we got more maturing animals. Mechanics now fixed the snow leopard enclosure. The animals will get out if the snow leopard's enclosures fail. Right, I'm going to try something. Okay, edit barrier. Guess get. I'm not going to put the other side. I'm trying to think about pathing. Are people using this as a path to get to elsewhere instead of what they should be doing, which is to see the animals? I like the idea of a gravel path, but no angle snap. Right, so people can go in there now and look at animals, but they won't use it as a route through to the other side. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm preparing that it might be. And also, I'm going to put in some guest facilities in the way of donation tubs. More pangolins on the way. So who's got more pangolins? Well, it's gone through some pangolins in its time. My timber wolf matured. That now needs to be moved out of the collection. If I don't do that, oh, my red rough lemurs. Oh, wait, help! Everything's maturing at once. I mean, with the females, we can put them on birth control, but I think the males fight. It's always dark in this game. I hope. Just to prove that this isn't a family-friendly channel and children shouldn't be watching. This is the game's version of procreation. I think that's pretty much all they do. Do love the animal models. They're really good. That's the one thing this is obviously this does get really. Yeah, it's the real positive on this game when you compare it to Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster, you don't get those fantastic animal models. There are animatronic animals, and that's look at this as well. Someone went to some effort to perfectly model Burpoo. What is that noise? Oh, it's the the zookeepers hoover the enclosures with a big hoover and suck up all the poo. So we need to keep an eye on this enclosure now because some of the animals may get stressed by the fact that people are wandering in, feeding them quavers or something like that. And also I need to go to my trade centre and have a look, see what we've got. We got some red ruff lemurs that we need to stick on the trading post. Just stick them on at the current requested price. I can't convince myself that putting things on for crazy prices is a good idea anymore. Those two warthogs that I put on there, rather sensibly, people aren't buying them because they're stupidly expensive. This animal is about to give birth in the middle of a path surrounded by people. Now, don't worry, it's not graphic, just more animals appear around it. Yeah, usually they sit down first. On someone's foot, apparently. But shortly, we should have people walking through my face. There should be more peafowl. As you educate, yes, sorry, as you research, your education improves. So we're level 4 education on peafowl now. Had not been noticed, but no babies turned up then. Oh, maybe that's the babies though. They decided to appear from over there somewhere. Mother fired them out across the enclosure. Eggs aren't a thing in this game, by the way. Oh, they weren't. I don't think they. I don't think they still are. You do get inspectors visiting, and apparently my zoo is 5 out of 5. Get in, best zoo ever. With terrible enclosures and burpoo. Hang on, I put a feeding tray there, and you put the food on the floor over there. Stupid keepers. These were complaining about toy enrichment, weren't they? Prey scented sack. Probably a good idea to put these things in full view of visitors. There was another shovel. Yeah, there we go. My enrichment's much better now. Kind of like the idea of building something for these guys just to make this enclosure look a little bit more themed. My worry is if I build something, I'm going to build it climbable and then they'll be out and over the top. Let's just build something here out of scratch and I can always move it around if it's not right. Can we filter on theme here? You see, those are pre-builds. Oh, I'm in the wrong menu, that's why. Construction, filter, theme, East Asian. No. Doesn't that, I don't really have anything in mind that I want to build. Maybe just like a little shack. Oh, that's an archway. I kind of like the way it's given at the edges a theme. It's basically another shelter for them, this. That's a bit extravagant, isn't it? Roofs, pitched roofs, clay tiles, this one. Roof trims. No, I don't like that. Is there anything better? Nope, that's about it. Okay. And then inside the nice little spot for them to hide. We'll just move it somewhere where it's not quite as hidden. And also not flying. Because the snow leopards need a light to guide them into the house. Oh, we might have snow leopard cubs. One of our zebras has just passed away. Bit too big, that tree. I guess I could do this. Hang on. Got some smaller trees now. Get them too. Okay. That's getting rid of the zebra. She's thirsty. Oh, okay. Right. I know what I didn't put in. Sorry. We'll get you sorted. Actually, this would be nice over here, wouldn't it? Gonna guess that they were thirsty. That is, you know, you're thirsty when you stick your entire head underwater. Oh, Offspring due year 85. This is an old zoo. Oh, I just needed to check something as well because I've done some serious construction in here. Let's make sure they can't escape. Traversal area. They actually can't get inside of there for some reason. Never mind. Can get on the roof of the back of the temple. Maybe if I swapped you and put in you. Traversable area now improved. Yeah, now they can sleep in there if they want to as well. I'm really into giving these snow leopards a lot of places to sleep. What do you think? She didn't like the lemurs too much. 3 stars at most. Bloody heck, everyone's a critic. These people are more interested in the lamp than the animals. Look at them. This is the best lamp we've ever seen. I need a mechanic in here as well. We got a baby pangolin. There it is. Oh, isn't it cute? Cow cow, the Chinese pangolin. My rough lemurs are hungry. Get the keeper in. And my vet research is complete on my snow leopards. What did we get for that? Ah, we got two grade 2 food, which means we can feed them better. Doesn't sit right with me this game that you have to research the animal after you've acquired the animal. I think you should research the animal prior to acquiring the animal so that when you have the animal, you know everything you need to know about the animal. Right, I think I am going to stop there. So thanks for those who chatted along. It's been fun. Oh, hang on, let's wait because the snow leopards are about to be born. I'm going to wait till the snow leopards are born and I'm going to end it with baby snow leopards. Where's my female snow leopard? There she is. Look at these things. Here we go, snow leopard cubs. Yep, I think we're good. So thanks for watching along. I might do some more of this. We'll see what happens. I'm sure the video on demand will stay on the channel if anyone wants to watch in the meantime. See you later, guys. Bye bye.